Oh, that looked like a blatant promotion for a particular online fishing store. Maybe it was. So welcome to the channel. You have found Dr. Kayak once again. Maybe I have found you. Today is just it's. I always intend on these videos being short, and it never works out. But so some of my non-kayaking friends won't understand this as much as those who are into the sport. But it's a good day to do a video about this because if you're a duck, sure, being outside would be fun, but it'll be raining here for the next few days, and I suppose I could get my rain gear out and go fishing, but if you get in the water, it could kill you in a matter of a few minutes up here in northern Michigan because it's kind of cold. So today I'm discussing what some of the purists might call their point of view. We're going to talk about paddle, pedal, or motoring on a kayak. All right, so for you purists, what are you crying about? If you don't like using pedals or a motor, just don't do it. But don't, criticize people like me who want to use a motor. Not everybody is created equal, not even close. Don't sit there and call yourself purists, because the only ones who care about you purists are you purists. That's all. Why pedal? For one thing, it's good exercise. And if you're hell-bent on paddling, paddle and pedal too if you want. No one's stopping you. It's okay. You can do whatever you like. I have a handicap, a candy hat. No, don't eat the hat. It's not made of candy. I have a slight handicap. I came off of a ladder and shattered the bones in my elbow. They put me back together with wires and staples and screws and a big chunk of metal that they pounded into my bone to make it resemble a joint. Not the kind of joints I'm used to, if you know what I mean. So, I have about 75% use of my arm, and I've got about 50% of my nerve usage. I can only pinch these two fingers, not these two, because I can't feel anything in here. I don't know why anybody would want to pinch anything there. But I have to wonder if purist cave dwellers turn their nose up at fire or the wheel. This is how evolution works, people. I suppose that instead of doing videos, I should be chiseling out pictures on stone for you purists, or writing out some hieroglyphics or some pictographs in a cave. Would that make you happier? I'm not here to make you happy. What's wrong with you people? What's wrong with you people? So let's take a closer look at what a Jackson Flex Drive kayak looks like. Or I guess what they used to look like, because I think Jackson may have dropped the ball a little bit on the motor end of their kayak. But let's go take a look. I'm going to shut the camera off here. I don't know if you can hear that or not. I have a pretty sensitive microphone on my camera, but the steel roof on my lanai is offering some sound effects of rain pitter-pattering on top. So let's fling that door open. And then fling it closed. Going out here into the real world. We've seen this a few times. But we're going to see it again. This is what a pedal drive kayak looks like from Jackson. This is the Jackson Bite FD. That's my here, my little GoPro camera holder right there. So if you look down in here, you can see there's a propeller right there. Now if you're going to use the pedal prop, you use the pedal drive. Each time you turn these pedals one full revolution, that thing spins 12 times. Just cranking it slow, look at that. That'll move you along in the water pretty good. Now, just a heads up for some of you pedal drive owners, this is the Mark III pedal drive. Came out a few years ago. Right here is it's not a Zerk, but it's an access point for the grease gun. They give you a neat little grease gun. I'll put a picture right here. Okay. The metal tip, as you can see on that picture, is separated from the grease gun. I would encourage you just to break it off immediately. And don't even stick it in there. Just put the plastic tip of the grease gun in here to grease your fittings. And I do mine every year. Slowly but surely it fills up with grease in there. But as long as the gears are getting greased, you should be good. When I did mine yesterday, the metal tip broke off and went inside the drive up here. Inside. So I had to take this all apart by unscrewing these screws there. There's a couple there. There's like 3 up here. You don't have to take these out, but these 3, and then there's some more down in here where this, well, let me just show you. Seeing as we're going to demonstrate this, we just pop these screws out here, and that just lifts right out. So there's the rest of the screws. All those screws there have to come out. And then with a little encouragement and maybe a pry bar, you take the pedal off with that bolt right there, and on each side, and then pry the whole sucker apart. That's what the receiving end of the drive looks like. Now let me show you how easy it is to put the motor on this thing. I always love it when somebody is doing a video and they tell you how easy it is, and then you see a bunch of edits. And the only reason this edit occurred was so I could dig the motor out of the box that I stored in. So this is the motor, the flex drive motor. Let me get a better look at it. So this is that's your throttle here. You can operate that with your toes. It's pretty cool. I get way too excited. Alright, so where was I? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was going to show you how complicated it is to install the motor. Are you ready for this? Okay, it's installed. That's literally all there is to installing the motor on this thing, aside from just putting a couple of screws here just to hold it in place. Loosen it up a little bit, slide it into the groove. There you go. That's it. That's all there is to it. The other real complicated part when you're going to use the motor is you have to take one screw out of here, and switch it to the prop for the motor. It's a thinner prop. That's the only difference. Like that, and you're ready to roll. It's pretty awesome. Oh, you might want to screw that to a battery. All right, so there you have it. That's the extent that I'm willing to go today with my kayak on my trailer. Now what we have here, this is my friend down the street. I call her the crazy cat lady. Is she home? Nope, she's gone. I went and looked down the street. She's gone. A Hobie Mirage Passport. 10.5R. R means roto-molded. This is her brand new kayak. She has not been out on it yet. She is champing at the bit. Every day or so, I get that constant question, do you think we can go out on the boat today? Do you think we can take it out? And I'm like, no. She's getting pretty impatient. What I need to do is let her jump into the water and see how long she'll survive, just to get my point across. But it's too cold. It's just too cold. Modifications? How about that right there? What is this? Well, I could spend a considerable amount of money with Yak Attack products and get a paddle holder, or I could just do this. Why would I need a paddle holder? Well, really, the question would be, why do I need a paddle? Well, if you're up Schitt's Creek, you need to have a paddle, as I understand it. So, let's just for a second, let's, I guess that means a second. Let's talk about some of the features of the Jackson Flex Drive. It has a feature on the outdrive. I didn't show you that part, but where the prop was, you pull that lever and the prop drops down in the water, but it's on an arm. And if you're coming across something that's shallow in the water, that arm just kicks up into the drive, into the hull of the boat. So it doesn't damage anything. It's a really ingenious feature. And as far as I know, as far as prop drive pedal kayaks go, Jackson's the only one that has that feature. Am I buffing Jackson? A little bit, but I'm still I'm pissed at Jackson too, because they dropped the ball on the E-drive, or the motor that I just showed you. It came out pre-COVID, and then during COVID, they had a hard time with the supplier being able to keep up with the demands, and they just stopped offering the E-drive. Now, if you talk to some people at Jackson, they'll say, well, we didn't cancel it. I mean, it's still, sorry, I bumped the table. You know, we didn't discontinue it, it's just not currently available. And some of them say they did discontinue it. It's semantics. The bottom line is it's no longer available through Jackson. There's been some flickering hope, glimmering hope, if you will, that it may be brought back, but it hasn't happened yet. I don't think it's going to. I don't know. Maybe they have something in store. Maybe they're working on something that's new and even more evolved and technically better. Who knows? They're not being forthcoming with that information. In my opinion, Jackson dropped the ball when it comes to the E-drive. They are the only manufacturer on the market that had such an easy plug-and-play, swappable drive between a pedal drive and a motor drive. It was state-of-the-art. Jackson, you dropped the ball. But please, if you have the pedal drive like I do, the Mark III, The Mark IV is out now, and it's a belt drive compared to that, which is a gear drive. Don't run out and buy the Mark IV drive to upgrade from this one for two reasons. You have to replace the upper and the lower unit. You can't just plug and play with the new drive, and it's going to be expensive. Wait. What are you going to do next year if they come out with a better drive or another alteration of that? Just if your Mark III is working, keep using it. So, I discussed the maintenance on the drive. Every year, get your grease gun out, pump grease in there. Pop your metal tip off your grease gun because you don't want to lose it inside because it sucks. Remember what I told you? Remember the picture? I don't know. Where's the picture? It's here somewhere. So, looking at my notes, I think that's all I have to say. Thanks for looking in on my channel, and please subscribe if you haven't. Comment. Love to hear what you got to say. And don't forget, if you need some fishing gear, right here.